you're using that opportunity to live in a country that literally wants you dead to mog the rest of the world. I wake up in the morning and I'm saying to myself, oh, there's a metric of bullshit I'm willing to put up with. You know what? This is far beyond that. This is not the bullshit I'm willing to put up with. Oh, Jeremy, watch this. I'm about to make a bunch of druggies get proper tweaked out. They're gonna think I'm fucking walking on water, mate. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the world is a crazy place filled with monsters, spooks, ghouls, and other contrived nonsenses that try to go out of their way to make sure your life is just as much of a misery as it could possibly be. And no, I'm not talking about the political climate of the world. I am in fact talking about all of the monsters that are held within the world of Australia. And if that isn't anything to go by, then I don't know what to tell you. Today is going to be some more Parz, because that man has absolutely the most unfettered amount of humorous content I could ever desire. And seeing as he's actually come into my stream a few times recently, I feel like I might have been exposed for the things that I have said. So to more Parz, if you do end up watching this as well, I'm sorry. Wow, so it looks like literally in the span of time it took me to do my intro, he's literally just uploaded a new video. It's almost like he's watching the stream right now and was paying attention enough to make sure I have plenty of content to watch. So let's take it upon ourselves to watch the newest video right this second. So hold on to your britches, ladies and gentlemen, because this is more Parz's absolute world of catastrophe. Definitely not to make us kind of scared of the world we live in, but these are creatures that live in our world. I don't take that as a sign of our impending doom. I take that as a sign of things I need to overcome.
That isn't a tree.
Huh?
It's a fucking bird.
Oh my god, I didn't see it.
Introducing the tawny frogmouth, a species
so
of bird
cute!
found in the land down under, and Australia's very own avian
It's so
equivalent
cute.
of a maxed out Skyrim stealth build. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, it can't be that stealthy. I can see it. Yeah, you can. You can see that one. Did you see?
But can it hide from the taxes? Can it hide from its own stupidity? I gotta be honest, if I was gonna be playing hide and seek, this is the last thing that I would want to hide against. Because if this thing's gonna start hiding in the bushes, I'm gonna have to go friggin' spelunking to find this thing.
See the one right fucking next to it?
Oh,
Now,
what? No, I didn't. What the fuck? Oh my god, I did. Okay, I saw that one. I did not see that one. Oh my god, actual stealth 100.
Did you see the one right fucking next to it? Now, the important question is, why the fuck do these things have predator camo? Well, there's two reasons. First of
To
all,
avoid the imminent
it's in Australia.
Well, yeah, obviously.
You see, these bad boys are primarily nocturnal, staying on the move during the night and die.
I mean, realistically speaking, if you live in Australia, you need some kind of death prevention. Whether that's an AK-47, an M4A1, maybe some kind of Gatling cannon. I mean, all of those are like the least appropriate response to the kind of K-lid levels of eldritch monstrosities you deal with. But, you know, camouflage works well. Like, rather than fighting all of the things that want to turn you inside out, right way out, and then otherwise turn you into soup, or put you in the most immense amount of pain ever, if you avoid all of the problems to begin with, why fight to start with?
By bombing unaware insects to meet their bulking goals. However, that means that during the day, they sleep.
Ah, just like me.
And in a
I'm an
country
EP
where
baby.
at any point you can be bitten, mauled, stung, or fucking drop kicked to death.
I know I've asked this in every single one of his videos. And to all of the Australians out there, I beg you one very important question. Why? Why? You know, I know that Australia's a little bit like behind the times, but I'm pretty sure you guys have invented the wheel. So why are you not using that wheel to get the f out of there? Comments down below.
Death?
I mean, maybe my only presumption is that you're using that opportunity to live in a country that literally wants you dead to mog the rest of the world. So while England is sat there going, oh no, a single flake of snow, we're all going to die. Australia's like, oh mate, we're fucking out here beating up kangaroos and all that. We're just built different, you know what I'm saying? That sounds more Cockney than Australian, but whatever.
Laying down in the wrong spot can turn a short nap into the forever sleep. So, in order to prevent themselves from becoming an item on a snake's KFC order, these tactical chickens evolved a
I don't know,
killer
if forever
suit
sleep
to
around now, I actually
basically
feel kind of
allow
good.
them
Maybe I
to
actually have a good night rest
disappear.
then.
Being practically invisible allows them to unlock their second passive, f***ing DoorDash. You see, these guys are so f***ing good at cosplaying a stick.
And yet they'd probably still miss half my order. DoorDash.
That not only do predators mistake them for Groot,
There is never not going to be a point where somebody says something about a predator and then we instantly resort to referencing to Dr. Disrespect or P. Diddy.
but so does their prey. And so, whenever they take a nap, they just leave their mouths open a little.
Oh, cute little baby. Dude, he looks so boopable. I know the intrusive thought is to not approach. Yeah, you know what? The conservationists will say leave the animals in their natural habitat. Don't like interact with them. They need to not be like used to humans and all that jazz. But if it didn't want to be booped and cuddled, why is it friend-shaped? You know, maybe this is more of a sign that I'm so used to all these animals of Australia being absolutely diabolically monstrous that the first time we see something that's kind of adorable, it's kind of taking me by surprise. Okay, being this is an Australian creature, it's got some wayward way to consume children, right? Because you can't just live in Australia as a bit of wildlife and not have something that would induce the fear of God into everybody.
Little bit. And whenever some poor ant just tries to walk his way to work, he instead DoorDashes himself directly into its fucking mouth.
Man, ants are fucking stupid. I would never walk straight into the maws of my death. Unless there were Pokemon cards there. Get me some of them shiny Pikachus, you know what I'm saying?
That is...
Damn. Well, that was not a deadly creature, but here's the deadly stuff.
I want you to imagine you're cave diving. You turn a corner.
Oh, yep. New cave just dropped, called the Devil's Butt Crack. I'm going in with no gear, and I will see you never, because I'm gonna get stuck, because my ass too fat.
And see a spider web the size of the fucking wall. I regret to inform...
So, I'm not necessarily arachnophobic, but that unsettles me, not because of the spiders that would be there, but because I could only imagine that would be very uncomfortable to touch. It also kind of looks like cum. No, wait! Oh, god damn it! I am not looking in a mirror! Why does that have the same texture and coloration of my model right now? Guys, do not associate this with me. Do not. I swear to God, I know what you're all thinking. I know what you're all gonna say. No, I'm not gonna hear any of it. I am not gonna hear any of it.
I regret to inform you that no, this is not fake. This is an actual photo from the inside of a cave on the Greek-Albanian border, where scientists have discovered the world's largest spider web.
Oh my God.
Located in a portion of the cave crammed to the brim with sulfur. That has quite literally never seen the light of God. This wall of white sticky stuff spans.
And this is why me and Parz have a very cordial relationship. Every time I've spoken to him, it always goes the same way of, wow, you're pretty based. You're pretty based too. Like, he may not be a VTuber, but he's got the mindset for one. So I think we need to get a fundraiser going to get Parz's own VTube model. Yeah! It's fitting. He's got the brain for one. He's got the comedy for one. He's got the personality for one. Now we just need to make him an anthropomorphic kangaroo cartoon character that punches people.
1,100 square fucking feet. That is the size of a 2-bedroom.
Do you think if I picked up a short stack and just pushed them against the wall, they'd stay there? Like, you pick up your best friend and you just put them to the wall and they stick there like they've got Velcro on. And then you put them up there and you're like, hang around, buddy.
Fucking house. However, finding the average Australian home on the wall of a cave at Y11 brings up a far scarier question. What the fuck built it?
Hey,
Well,
Foxo,
to the
thank you for the
relief of
gifted
many,
subs. Thank
no,
you.
we did not discover a giant spider lair.
Oh
Nor
my
is this
God.
the result of a single spider with creative mode and world edit. No,
Dude, that's
it's
crazy.
worse.
The
Because
spiders were
this
basically
web
like,
is the
maybe we could have the
equivalent of
Fazbear
getting the
diners
boys
worth
on for a
a Fazbear
two-week
diner
Minecraft
made
phase.
entirely out of webs.
Because this web is a collaborative effort.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I've seen this scene in Starship Troopers, or when the Inquisition goes to a Tyrannid hive and starts using flammenwerfers. Hans, fetch the flamer! The heavy flamer! In fact, get 2 of them! And bring a melter whilst you're with it. In fact, you know what? Forget the melters. Call in the exterminators. This entire place must be purged.
It was built by 111,000 fucking spiders. I want you to imagine.
Do you think they could build a hammock?
By 111,000 fucking spiders.
Oh my god. Dude, that looks like it could actually take the weight of people. Oh god, I don't even have arachnophobia. That's unsettling. Good god. All right, next one.
This pond is hiding something scary. No.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Either that or it was going to be taxes. More Parz. Why? Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
Not that. It's worse. You see, these are cranberries. A small red...
Oh, I know this one. It's spiders. I mean, it's always spiders. It's either spiders, snakes, or crocodiles, or man-eating plants. Wait a minute. Is this an SCP? Do the cranberry... It's not a lizard. Does that look like a lizard to you, you dope? If you touch the cranberries, do they dissolve you and slowly consume you?
Fruit used in juice, sauces, and even alcohol. However, unlike many fruits which grow in luscious green fields, cranberries grow in a fucking swamp. However, sharing a postcode with Shrek doesn't exempt cranberries from pest control issues. But rather
it's
than
gonna have
dumping
bugs
enough
on them,
toxic
aren't
chemicals
they?
on the cranberry bog to qualify it as a League of Legends lobby,
Ooh, savage.
cranberry farmers decided to use a more interesting form of pest control. Fucking wolf spiders.
Oh. So, Australia, can we have a little talk a second? So, I realize that you've gone kind of native, right? You end up in a land where the very fabric of existence itself wants you dead. And rather than doing the sensible thing and getting out of Dodge, you've decided to not only live there, but to weaponize the things that are trying to kill you. You don't think when you look at a spider, oh, bloody hell, mate, that's just eating me dog, and then run. No, you think, pest control. Yes. Weaponized spiders with freaking laser beams on their head and mechanical wings and and the hopes and dreams of orphans everywhere. Yes.
That's right. In order
Tactical
to prevent
spider.
a horde of bugs from devouring these innocent cranberries, our brave hell spiders are deployed to the field to protect against the horde.
Oh,
Which
7
one's
for those
great?
spiders.
Until they flood the fields to harvest the cranberries, at which point the highly venomous wolf spiders start to look for the closest high point. And if you're picking the berries...
Nope. No. When I wake up in the morning and I'm saying to myself, oh, there's a metric of bullshit I'm willing to put up with. You know what? This is far beyond that. This is not the bullshit I'm willing to put up with. But you know, fuck that. No, I'm out. Where's the nearest door? Billy, fetch my flamethrower. Toasted cranberries.
That's you. This pond is...
God damn it. More Parz's editing style always gets me. It activates the cerebral part of my cerebral cortex that makes me go hee hee.
This shrimp has a gun.
What?
No, this isn't a Fortnite skin. This is a
Could be.
real f***ing animal. And it's called...
Although judging by the Simpsons installment of Fortnite currently, it might as well be.
the pistol shrimp. Now, unsurprisingly, being named after a firearm, of course it's f***ing native to the United States of America.
Yeah, theming,
However,
bitches!
they can actually be found expressing their...
These crustaceans understood the assignment and were like, well, if everyone else is getting guns, so will we. Dude, even when Mother Nature starts going native.
Their Second Amendment rights over the majority of the globe, too. Now, coming in at a huge 2 inches, it is not the
Whoa.
size of his body that makes him special, but the
I'm reliably told that 2 inches is more than enough for most situations in any situation. Right, guys? Right? At least that's what most of my subs tell me.
caliber of the big iron on his hip. Or should I say big claw? You see, that oversized right pincher isn't
This is
just
why
'cause
women
he forgot
last
to, you know,
longer.
switch hands while...
Then what kind of absolute bimbecile sits there, looks at a thing with giant claws and said, ah yes, time to activate my nipple clamp fetish?
You see, that oversized right pincher isn't just because he forgot to, you know, switch hands while doing homework.
Quagmire reference. Quagmire reference.
No, mate, that claw is basically fucking Mega Man's arm cannon.
Oh,
but,
shit.
Last I checked, they can't call in an ammo resupply under the sea. So how does the claw become a gun? The answer is bubble.
Oh.
You see, these bad boys hunt smaller shrimp, and they start that hunt by jumping off the fucking battle bus and looking for prey. Once they get within effective range, they will literally cock their claw like the hammer on a revolver.
Oh my god.
Weapon.
If there was ever an aura farmer of the underseas, this creature would be it, dude. You're rocking up to the, you're rocking up down to the deep blue sea. You're down in Bikini Bottom, and then you're walking down the main high street, and then all of a sudden you hear, it's high noon. And then, you know, you're taking the forever sleep.
Ready, they line up the shot, take aim, and...
Counter-terrorists win.
they snap their claws
And they still have better aim than most of the people who use the men's toilets.
together so fucking fast, it causes an underwater vacuum, creating an explosive cavitation bubble hotter than the surface of the sun. This
I think the mantis shrimp has some competition. Holy... Okay, but can we put a mantis shrimp and one of these little bad boys up against each other and see who wins? Ah, I see you brought a boxing glove to a gunfight.
bubble is then launched at the enemy at over 100 km/h.
Isn't Mother Nature amazing?
The bubble
Isn't Mother
then
Nature
connects
wonderful?
with the smaller shrimp
And scary and terrifying.
and flashbangs it. This either kills it outright or stuns it long enough to be consumed. Poor little fucker got quickscoped by Faye Shrimp.
God damn it. Oh boy. Australia, the world is a scary and horrifying place. You know what? I didn't need to go in the ocean anyway. I don't need to go in the ocean to be reminded I'm terrible at Counter-Strike.
Aussie farmers thought they were being attacked by aliens. But what was actually causing it is so much funnier. This is Wallaby.
Wallaby!
The kangaroo's vertically challenged little cub.
Oh, you think kangaroos are adorable? Well, I guess you're gonna wallaby adjusting your predictions. Aha! Get it.
Cousin. Now, to get a little more specific, this is a Bennett's wallaby, native to my home state of Tasmania.
Oh.
And that location is very important to the story. Tassie is home to a lot of things. Beautiful views, a seal with a felony record, and...
There he is. There's the chunkus.
However, one thing they tend to leave off the tourism brochures is drugs.
Where?
Tasmania is the world's largest exporter of illegal opium.
Oh.
The main ingredient in opioid painkillers like morphine. With
Ah,
this
I never knew that.
tiny island
Science.
producing 50% of global supply. Now, opium comes from poppy milk. And to get poppy milk, you need to milk poppies.
Changing my name to Poppy. Now it's gonna be Poppy's playtime. Yeah! Did you get it? Yeah, anyway.
And to produce that 50% of global supply, Tasmanian farmers grow huge fields of these things across the north of the state. However, because throwing these flowers into a crafting table gives you f***ing narcotics, these fields are legally...
Oh, this must be like, have you guys ever seen those videos of animals who eat way too much fermented fruit and then they get drunk as fuck? I'm assuming that's what this is gonna be.
Required to be under extremely tight security, which is why these same poppy farmers became extremely confused.
You guys heard of you guys have heard of Coke Bear, the cocaine bear. Now we've got what Poppy Wallaby. Yeah. Yeah. It's not as good as Cocaine Bear, but let's face it, what could be?
When f***ing crop circles showed up in the plant equivalent of a f***ing Town Hall 9 Clash of Clans base. They were understandably absolutely f***ing bewildered by this, and some people even thought it was aliens. So to figure out whether or not it was a Halo Elite drawing this shit, they set up some cameras. And what they saw was this little shit. Breaking in.
Oh, mate, an entire field of free food. Don't mind me. Golly, this used to be a bunch of trees around here, but for some happenstance reason, there's just a bunch of food. It's like a buy one, get one free at Macca's.
Into the field, eating the milk-filled buds, getting absolutely f***ed, and then hopping in circles until he passed the f*** out.
Amazing.
They thought the f***ing Covenant were invading, and it was a drink-driving wallaby. Aussie farmers
I need to see the footage of this. I need to see the footage of this. Drunk wallaby. Please tell me there's footage of this. Dude, wallabies are adorable. Aw, there's no footage of the drunk wallaby. Aw. Wait. No. No. Sad. Sad! Nothing but sad. Okay, next one.
Australia just found a new shark. And of course
they did, because it wouldn't be a new year in Australia without discovering at least several new species of things that want to unalive you and send you to the forever sleep. God damn it, Australia. You know, Australia, bit of advice, maybe ignorance is bliss. Maybe not knowing that there are things out there that'll turn you into Swiss cheese might do you a bit of justice. At least you'll sleep better at night. Sure, they still exist, but not knowing they exist will probably do better for your psyche.
Introducing the brand new Western Australian lantern shark.
It's adorable!
As the name suggests, discovered by a team of scientists off the coast of Western Australia. Now, as with the overwhelming majority of weird shit in the ocean, the Ozempic...
Why is there a picture of my ex in here? Why is my ex wildlife? Or me on a bad day?
The Ozempic shark here is found in the deep sea, sharing a postcode with the anglerfish, that one xenomorph shark.
Of course.
And, now...
Lizard.
That's not a lizard. What's wrong with you? I thought that was fake. Is that real? What the fuck is it? Looks like something that some weirdo makes in Blender to try and fool people into believing aliens exist. Looks like it's like, is it an octopus? No, it's gotta be like a jellyfish, right?
Now, despite the word shark making most people think of something a little closer in size to, I don't know, Bruce, Slenderman's fish sonar over here only grows
It's so ditty!
up to 30 centimeters.
Aww.
This little guy shares a weight class with a fucking footlight.
It's kind of cute.
Honestly, I still personally think 30 centimeters.
Although, let's be fair, it's probably terrifying because it's gonna swim up your urethra. Yeah, it's just the right size to make a nice little nest inside your ball sack. Sharks are stored in the balls.
It is way too big. He could be just as good as the other sharks.
And now that mental image is in your head, you're welcome.
However, other than being built like a fishy USB cable and owning a property in rock bottom, What makes him so weird? Simple. He fucking glows.
Oh,
Flashbang.
neat.
But fucking why? Well, you see, these bad boys are found in the twilight zone of the ocean, around 1.2 kilometers below the surface. A
You think that's deep enough to get away from taxes? Asking for a friend.
place so fucking far down, it sees less sunlight than the inside of a gacha addict's room.
Base though.
So, lantern
Oh,
sharks
fuck off with the job
evolved
application.
bioluminescence on their gills and fins in order to fucking communicate with one another. The glow is the evolutionary equivalent of a fucking indicator, showing that a literal abyss shark is more intelligent than your average BMW driver.
Very true, especially if you're on the roads of England. My God, if there's one place that's probably more dangerous than going to Australia, it's trying to navigate the roads of England. Yeah, pretty much that.
Australia just...
Ooh, it's a bear time. It's fat
There is
bear
a
time.
competition in America where they vote on the fattest bear.
Not to be mistaken with the competition in America where they vote on the fattest bear at your local gay club. Although I might be mistaking the two.
That's right, lads. F the Super Bowl. I'm about to introduce you to the most important American sporting event of the year, Fat Bear Week.
Hey. Oh, what's that, guys? My front door's going. My new sucker just arrived. Yes, my new sucker. Something to suck up all the crud from my floor. Oh, did you guys hear the front door alarm? Oh, that's embarrassing. Oops. All right. 3, 2, 1. And that was a terrible clap. No. No. There we go.
Hosted by the Katmai National Park and Preserve in Alaska every
Dude,
year
how
from the 23rd
bored must
to
you
the
be if
30th
you're
of
trying to make
September,
fat
the
bear
public watches
competitions?
As Winnie and Paddington fight it out to see who is the
I don't know, maybe my accusation of judging the big fat gay people would be more appropriate for the. Surely it'd be more fun. What's the fun in voting on big fat bears where you can vote on big fat bears? You know what I'm saying?
most absolute of units. And this year's highest calorie Kumamane has been crowned. But before that, how the f does Fat Bear Week work?
That's what I want to know.
Simple. See, the event is
Well, you see, if they're as big as your mum, if they are even half as big as your mum, then they come into consideration for being a fat bear. Because your mum is always the baseline for how we judge fat things. Because your mum are fat.
held in the lead up to hibernation season, while all of these bears are at the peak of their bulk. Now, while it's running, the park
I'm glad I'm not
allows
the only one who's gonna make that
public to
joke.
view live stream footage from all of their trail cams. These cameras capture all the park's brown bears, allowing us to observe Freddy's fat ass cousins like we just got a job at f***ing Fazbear Entertainment. Each bear caught on camera is assigned a number and occasionally a name. We, the people, then vote on the contestants day by day, pitting them against.
Man, do you think if we had a time machine and we could show people from the 20s and 30s the kind of competitions we have in the modern year, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how disappointed in society do you think they would be? In the 20s, like, man, we're dealing with the recession, we're dealing with just being able to afford bread. Meanwhile, in the future, we're voting on fat bears. What a futuristic society we live in.
One another in a fucking single elimination tournament bracket, determining with our votes which bear most.
If America put half as much effort into solving hunger and the world as they do putting into voting on bears, We'd still be pretty fucked, but at least we wouldn't be as fucked.
Closely resembles a pyro commission until one bear is crowned the victor. Now, you may think this is just some...
I'm glad I'm not the only person who mogs pyrocynical.
Over the years, there has been fucking voter fraud, a manhunt
What?
for a missing hiker, and one year, the trail cams caught one contestant beating to death and eating another bear. But now...
Savage. Who needs Robot Wars when you've got Randy Bear Rally? Oh, we've got Big Bertha going out there and he's meeting up with Wide Wallaby Windy Whistle Bear. And they're throwing down and the victor is Big Bertha Bear. Let's hear it for Big Bertha. Woo! I am now going to be starting my shoutcasting arc of shoutcasting bear fights. I'm taking applications at my local gay bar.
To answer the question you've all been waiting for, the winner of the 2025 Fat Bear Week is 32 Chunk.
My God.
Winning with a broken jaw.
Chungus.
They named that f***er after the render distance you need to load in his entire body at once.
That bear's fat has different zip codes at different ends of his body. Jesus Christ, America. Stop living up to the stereotypes.
I got into a car crash. I was driving, I used to work on a farm. I'm driving down the road. It's a narrow-ish gravel road, so you really need to stick to your side. I come round a corner, so there's like a blind corner. I'm on my side of the corner. Someone comes around the corner in a big car too far over. I see them, and I have to go over to the side. That didn't run me off the road, but it put me in this really thick, you know, really loose, thick gravel. So the car starts sliding towards a wall on this side.
Was he in England?
A fucking wall over here. So I slide it back, but over this side, there's like a fucking 3-4 meter drop. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I slide it back, then realize, oh, I can't get out of this slide. I'm going to crash. Kick the wall rather than going down a hill. Smash into the wall. The car like hits it like the car hits front on.
Man, what you should have done, Parz, is you should have activated the blue shell. Yeah. If you would have activated the blue shell before the crash would have started, that car coming your way would have never been a problem to begin with. Thank you. I'm here for your handy driving instructions now. You're welcome.
Force of the impact spun it so it was facing backwards. I'm like holding the wheel. The car stops moving. I'm like, oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay. Open my door. I have to like put a bit of force into it. Like bonk the door open. Stumble out of the car.
Man, I'm glad he's okay.
I see
Jeez.
the front end of my car has just...
If anything, this is like very poetic to the fact that if it's not the wildlife of Australia that's gonna kill you, it's the other fucking people. Because everyone's driving around like they've had some VB long necks, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not having to worry about the things that are gonna eat you, you gotta worry about the people who've just not, who've been using their coping mechanisms for dealing with living in Australia and then getting behind a wheel.
Just been
living life
torn
like it's
off.
Mad Max.
Like the bumper's ripped
Oh,
off,
wow.
the radiator's been punctured.
Damn,
there
he
were
got off
three thoughts that went
lucky.
through my mind. The first one was,
Dude, I've known people who've gotten into, like, lesser accidents who've gotten off far worse.
am I good? The second thought was, this is gonna make really good content when I talk about it.
Yeah, dude! Life of a content creator. Any clip farm. Absolute clip farm. But at least you had an authentic, real crash. You didn't purposely crash your Mercedes for the sake of clip farming. Dude, we've all seen those kick streamers or IRL streamers who are driving along, get into a crash, and their first reaction isn't, oh my god, am I okay? Is the other driver okay? Are we safe? Is, oh, clip it, chat! Clip it!
Like, this is gonna be really fucking funny. And then I was like, oh, fuck, my car's a write-off.
The first authentic car crash that was actually good clip content, because it wasn't just there for the sake of being clipped.
Okay, so, as the Aussie animal guy, I feel like I might owe you an explanation for this one. That is a normal fucking roux.
It's just on like a sandbar, right? It's not kangaroo Jesus come back to life, I swear.
No, he is not Rufus Christ. He's not the second coming, and he's not going to turn your water into wine. All right, he might turn it into VB if you ask not.
Yeah, boy. What did I just say literally 5 seconds ago? Boy. When I associate Australia in my mind, whenever someone mentions Australia, this is the clip that plays in my head.
But if that's the case, how the fuck is he stealing the Son of God's passive? Well, the answer is fucking sand.
I don't like sand.
Yeah, you see, what's far more likely than a roux being enchanted with water walking?
No. You see, Parz is now gaslighting us all. Parz wants us to believe that it's just a kangaroo running on a sandbar. Whereas, in fact, it's actually a new species of kangaroo that's been discovered. And he's trying to quell the masses into not believing a new species being discovered. Yeah. Australia has proven that every year new species are being discovered, and they don't want to alarm the masses. They're just trying to quell the masses to not start a panic. No, it's not a kangaroo that can run on water, guys. It's just physics. Yeah. Soon we'll be starting our own aquatic defense force made up entirely of kangaroos.
Is that he's actually running on a sandbar. That is basically just a fancy description for ocean currents piling up a shitload of sand into one place, creating an offshore segment of the water that's not much deeper than a fucking kid's pool. Now, roux know about sandbars, and they actually very frequently use them as a shortcut to get from A to B to find more food.
Nah, mate. I wanna believe that they're like, all right, you got two kangaroos like, oh, Jeremy, watch this. I'm about to make a bunch of druggies get proper tweaked out. They're gonna think I'm fucking walking on water, mate. And then he does this, and all the drug addicts along the waterfront are like, oh, Billy, I've just only seen a fucking kangaroo going across the water, mate. Fucking that thing was proper belting it was. How many drugs did you do today? Did you do some of the drug? You know, I watched you take some of those drugs a second ago. Whatever you're having, can I have some of that? Can I have some? Sorry, I blacked out for a moment.
So, while it looks like Skippy here is stealing Jesus' entire fucking flow, he's actually on a Macca's mish.
Let me get a...
Oh god, that sound still lives rent-free in my head. I used to work in McDonald's when I was younger, and even to this day, I cannot even go near McDonald's without having PTSD. And the second I hear that sound, I get those Vietnam flashbacks, like, oh god, the fries, they're not salted enough. Oh no, I've got to clean the milkshake machine, but it's broken.
This is the world's oldest shark.
We got a boomer!
Oh,
But
basking
how old
sharks,
actually
right?
is it? This absolute fossil over here is the Greenland shark.
Oh,
And
Greenland
this
sharks.
may come as a shock to you, but the Greenland shark
Is in
is
Iceland.
found in fucking Greenland, man. And with
Man, why is Greenland snowy and Iceland green? Answer me that, liberals.
Grandpa Shark here coming in at a fucking kaiju-sized 6 meters in length.
Damn! That's almost as big as my dick.
And a literal fucking ton in weight. This senior
Damn, almost half as heavy as your mother.
citizen probably worked with Godzilla back in his fucking day. But how senior is senior? Well, you might be expecting him to say something along the lines of,
If I remember correctly, I did remember watching a documentary about these guys. I think it's like 150 years old or something. I think.
100 years, maybe 150 years, right? You know, try higher. No, not 200.
What?
Close, but not 300 either. No, the Greenland shark can live up to 500 fucking years.
That's old. These things have seen every world war. These things were around when what's-his-face was trying to conquer Sparta. Oh my god. It's got to be something to do with the cold temperatures and living so deep in the ocean, right? Like, because like, the science time, when you're living in cold water, that shit slows your bloodstream down. That shit slows everything down. Your metabolism goes down. Everything goes down. So you're just moving at the speed of snail, which means you're going to age slower. And then obviously the aloe vera that you're applying, the good all those multivitamins you're taking, a healthy lifestyle, going for runs in the morning, making sure you're filing your taxes properly. Yeah, doing all that definitely helps with a longer life. I can say with certainty, because I am very, very factual on this. I am very knowledgeable on this. Science Kari.
You know what? I don't think you understand how old that is. So, to put it in perspective, this is Bob. Bob has just turned 500. Here is a list of things this has lived through. All 8 of King Henry's divorces. The invention of chocolate.
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Shakespeare.
Chocolate! Damn. And the depressing part is, it lives through all of that, only to then end up being caught in some motherfucker's net and turned into sushi. All of that for a single bit of aged sushi. You know what? Now I do wonder what it tastes like. 500 years of heritage, that's some good aging right there.
Shakespeare's entire lifespan. The Boston Tea Party. The signing of the Declaration of Independence and the founding of the United States.
It's literally older than America.
Of Australia. The Industrial f***ing Revolution. The invention of the light bulb and adoption of electricity. The Titanic becoming a submarine. World War I. The Great Depression. World War II.
God.
The Vietnam War.
At what point does it say, you know what? I think I've had enough. Like, at what point does immortality become more of a burden than anything? Like, you've seen everything. You've done everything. I've swum these oceans longer than you've even been a sperm. And I'm just done with life now. Oh, the cold depths take me.
Moon landing and the invention of the internet. The first episode of SpongeBob. Slash crimes in 99. 2001. The invasion of Iraq, the global financial crisis, the death of Harambe, Australia.
I like how that's a mark of historical influence.
The virus, and it's still with us today to watch fucking TikTok.
God damn, this is information that's going to sit in my head rent-free and will take up space that could have been used for factual in important things like, you know, living. But instead of knowing how to slice bread and spread butter on said bread, I'm going to know that there's a shark that's 500 years old. Just like we all will now.
I don't think you understand just how old sharks are.
We got a boomer.
See, I'm not just talking individual sharks.
More shark
Hammerhead,
facts.
Bruce from Nemo, Jeff. Your average shark lives anywhere between 20 to 80 years. Nothing all that special. I'm talking sharks as...
I wanna put it out there as well. I'm just glad that we don't live in the times anymore where megalodons exist. Like, great white sharks and the sharks we have, those things are terrifying as it is. But maybe whale sharks are still terrifying, but the worst they're gonna do is give you a big suck. Okay, that sounded a bit more prolific in my... okay, you know what? You get my point. Thank goodness that we don't have to worry about, God, what's his name? Fucking Baldy McBalderson going after sharks with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
As a species. Because, as a concept, sharks are fucking one-tricks. They have mained this class through every single balance adjustment Earth has thrown at them.
Ew,
From
1,000
change to the ice
There is something that needs to be said about Jeff mains, and none of it is what I can say on stream.
age to that time God decided to punt a rock at Barney the dinosaur. Yeah, when it comes to prehistoric shark species, most people think of the megalodon.
Yeah.
That big boy the size of a kaiju that was swimming around in the ocean around 26 million years ago. Which might sound like a long time, but as far as sharks go, this thing's a fucking zoomer. Go back around 250 million years to the early Triassic, before the literal dinosaurs, and you'll find Helicorpion. A shark with a buzzsaw for a mouth. 250 not far back enough for you? Go back around 300 million years, and you will find a death.
Your mum. You'll find your mum. Because your mum is so old that she's past the fabric of space and time. Yes, there is no point where your mum joke isn't relevant.
The f***ing pog
What?
shark. And
What
if
is
that
that?
is still not far back enough, you can go all the way back, right to the beginning, to the first recognizable shark, Doliotis problematicus, at 410 million years old.
So, are we realizing that we're just living in a shark world? Damn, Shark Tank takes on a different meaning when you realize this.
Sharks have existed for 4 times longer than Saturn has had f***ing rings.
Jesus!
The first tree only sprouted out of the ground 385 million years ago. That means that for 25 million years, Groot's great-great-grandfather was sat in God's drafts while this f***er chased Nemo.
Jesus. Again, more information that's just going to sit in my head rent-free that's going to have no real benefit other than just taking up bandwidth.
Scientists just discovered a new fish.
I swear on me, Mum, stop discovering shit!
Looks f***ing ridiculous.
Never mind! I'm glad you discovered this. Oh, look at him! He's adorable! Okay, so what kind of SCP nightmare fuel does this thing do? Does it spout tentacles out of its mouth? Does it open its mouth and then consume things whole in a giant pouch? Has it the capability of burrowing itself into your brain and taking you over like a puppet? What does it do? Come on, how does it eat children?
This is the
Aww.
bumpy snailfish, a freshly discovered species found off the coast of California. What makes this absolute specimen
He is just a
stick
little
out
guy.
is that it's a deep sea fish found at a depth of 3 kilometers. And I am here to tell you exactly why.
Did you guys ever see that video? Hold up, let me see if I can find it. Scientists discover funny squid. Yeah, dude, you gotta feel something. You gotta feel a bit sorry for creatures like this, because if this is anything to go by,
Tentacles are centered.
It's like
on
they
pregnancy.
look fake, like Davy Jones.
They look like googly eyes.
they're laughing at the poor thing. A newly discovered creature, and the first thing humanity can do is laugh at it.
Some other arrow with him just came before and just left it here.
It's like some little kid dropped their toy.
So I can only imagine what the scientists were like when they discovered this thing. It's like, oh mate, look, it's your ex-wife down here. That's where she went.
Because once God finished building this thing, he took a step back, looked at it, realized exactly how fucking chopped it was, and punted that thing into the depths of the ocean where no one would ever see it again.
Be free!
However,
my God.
thanks to the hubris of mankind, it is here before us today to take the piss out of.
Look at the top of his head.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, fucking look at it.
It's adorable.
A profoundly unserious creature. I do not
Well,
think
it takes itself
a
very
single-
seriously. It spent all morning grooming itself, making itself look all fancy, and the first thing you do is make fun of it? This thing's gonna have the lowest self-esteem of any wildlife in the ocean. How dare you?
fucking thought has ever spawned behind those eyes.
Well, why do big thought why do small thought when big action better? Yeah, do big trick. No small thought, big trick better. Big trick, small thought.
Not to mention the fit on it. It looks like an aquatic, uncooked turkey with a fucking smiley face drawn on it. Coming in at a solid 3 inches in length, Bumpy here is not the only species of snailfish. There's others that look like this. However, unlike his cousins, God deemed it so that this poor little f***er would be built like a shaved testicle. The scientific term
This video has been sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
for a pair of these should be a sack. However, despite the fact that he looks like a sperm cell with a receding hairline, I love him.
I do too.
He's so
He's
cute. Look at that
precious.
smile.
He's a little
Reminds me of Sackboy on the
baby.
PS3. I know when they got his ass on camera, he looked at it and went,
You know, when you showed me up, you put some of the stuffing in the wrong places, so I'm a little f***ed up. But will you take care of me forever and ever?
Please love me. Please love me. It's like me. I'm a little bit special. I'm a little bit visibly weird, but you should love me. Love me. All right, we're going to do a speed run of the more viewed videos, I think. And then I think that'll be it for the day. Because I think okay, you know what? We're actually super close to where we left off last time. So fuck it. Let's just watch all of them.
This
Like you
crab
guys will
is
complain.
a boxer.
What's your name?
Makari! That's right, stepping into the ring at
boxer?
0.15 grams and a huge 2.5 centimeters in length.
Aw, little baby.
It's the boxer crab.
Let me guess. It's got a cavitation bubble punch and it's going to punch your dick off.
You see, while most crabs use their pinchers to feed and defend themselves, the
Stop
boxer
with the
crab
nipple
has instead
clamps.
elected
Oh my
to
God.
spec into CQC and throw fucking hands. And despite their completely average and not at all small size,
Yes, as I said, I hear that 2 inches is more than adequate for any situation.
this fucker fights in the heavyweight division, able to punch out hundreds of times its size. But how does nature...
Wow, that's just me seeing the freshly cooked glizzy on the side of my shelf going, oh, yummy. Yum, I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna stuff that in my mouth. And then the glizzy punches me in the face and I'm like, nah, I'm afraid of glizzies. I'm afraid of meat. Hey, Billy. Yeah, timestamp this. Edit this out. Yeah, you got a lot of work to do, Billy. Yeah, no, sorry, this is gonna need to be edited out, okay? No, Billy, I need you to edit out the part where I'm talking about meat and me being afraid of meat. Well, don't say that about the sausage. What? The sausage was scary. It punched me. No, I don't need your lip, Billy. No, sorry, I blacked out for a second.
Does Little Mac win the fights? Well, that's pretty simple. He f***ing cheats.
What?
You see, those little pom-poms aren't a fashion choice.
They're anemones.
Those are both sea anemones.
Sorry, I can't say it either. I'm also a little bit stupid.
That the boxer crab holds in its claws to use as basically...
Oh, dude,
brass
weapons
knuckles. Now, to
grade.
get these enemies by finding other boxer crabs who have them, jumping them, and then claiming them like they are a fucking WWE title belt.
Dude,
Now,
what a
if you weren't
baller.
aware, anemones are venomous plant-like animals that, in order not to get eaten, sting the shit out of anything that touches them. Boxer crabs are immune to that sting, but you bet
'Cause
your
of course they
ass
are.
that everything that tries to eat the boxer crab isn't. So, the crab and the anemone enter into a symbiotic relationship, essentially becoming...
God, could just the idea of them being like, oi, mate, I'm a bit of a softie, you're a bit of a softie. Why don't we put our softies together? Hey, Billy, can we edit this bit out? That sounded way too perverse. Yeah, I know. It wasn't on purpose, Billy. I was just like trying to be a bit verbose and a bit funny, but it came across like two people rubbing their schmeat together, and I don't think we need that in the video. Yeah, can we edit that out? Yeah. I put a timestamp. Just make sure. Okay, thank you. Sorry, talking to the help.
an aquatic venom, with the anemone getting some of the crab's food, and the crab gaining venomous brass knuckles. So, whenever a predator gets in the ring with Crab Tyson here, he'll wait for it to get just within striking range, and then...
Bam!
Mr. Squidward! I should...
Gives it a proper startle.
This crab
Amazing.
is a bo-
Okay. We're almost there. Ooh, bird! Yo, bird up!
This bird is a serial killer.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Nope. Okay, we're moving on. It's adorable. I don't want to associate the adorable thing to being a murderer.
You're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
I really hate that name.
Introducing the Shrike, a group of feathery friends found all over the world, including the land down under. Now, at first glance, you may be thinking to yourself, how could this sweet little guy be a vicious killer? I mean, he's so tiny.
Yeah, he's
They only grow
precious.
up to around 30 centimeters.
Let me guess. It invades other birds' nests, consumes the children, and then lives there rent-free. and then smothers the other babies.
And cap their weight out at 90 grams. And on top of being about as threatening as a fucking teddy bear, look at their claws. A shrike trying to end anything with its talons is like trying to stab a hippopotamus to death with a fucking pool noodle. Listen to the thing. It sings like it's on American Idol. It's a songbird, a branch geek. You'd never heard a fly.
It's a freeloader. It's one of those birds that invades other nests. I know it. It's a freeloader. It's living rent-free in other people's nests.
But I'm fucking onto you, Tweety.
You give me the fucking creeps, you know that, Dexter?
You may have everyone else fooled, but I know exactly what you are, because shrikes actually have another name. They're called fucking butcher birds. Yeah, that's right, the Dexter jokes actually had a fucking point. You see, when the Bay Harbour butcher bird wants to hunt, they first start by selecting a target.
Tonight's the night.
Now, unlike Dexter, their code tells them they can eat whatever the fuck they want. Insects, mice, me, even
Lizard.
And once they pick their meal,
God damn it. Chat, that's not your sign to start lizarding.
they wait for the right moment and swoop on it. Now, while those claws might be fucking useless, they do have a signature weapon. That tiny hook on the end of their beak. And once they land on their victim, they slide that hook into its neck, perfectly slotting between their vertebrae and severing their fucking spinal cord.
Oh, you're a precious little baby. How can I think you're a precious baby when you're the equivalent of the strangle neck murderer? Oh, that's horrifying.
But converting their prey into a vegetable isn't enough. No. These sick fucks keep trophies. Once they have paralyzed their prey and shattered its spine, they will fly its corpse back to their larder, which is either a thorn bush or a fucking barbed wire fence. And once they get home, they fucking impale them.
What?
They will.
What? I'm starting to realize the Dexter references are now very on point. These things are sociopathic. Producers were like, yes, let's make an entire series based around this bird, only anthropomorphized as a human. Oh my god.
Will then leave that corpse there for days, occasionally biting chunks out of it, eating it like leftovers from the fucking fridge.
Oh my god, that's worse than anything I had in mind.
These
It's
create kebabs.
horrifying. That's actually horrifying. Oh my god. Ugh.
A lot of people are scared of snakes. But have
Not
you ever
me.
wondered what's...
Not me. I used to own a snake. Snakes are adorable. They are boop noodles. They are danger noodles. They are adorable and friendly and puppy-shaped.
snakes are scared of? The answer is this fucking bird. Introducing the secretary bird, native to the
it's so
continent of Africa,
pretty!
and a prime example that being a hater pays off. Coming in at 1.
That's someone's persona. That is absolutely someone's persona.
0.3 meters tall and 4.27 kilos in weight, this lanky turkey has been purpose-built.
God, it's gorgeous though.
Expertly fucking engineered by the
Those
gods
long
themselves
legs.
with the
Like wearing
sole
thigh highs.
purpose of violating the ever-loving out of any garden hose that so much as looks at it the wrong way. You see, these bad boys are birds.
I like to think that this is more about balance. You know, snakes can be terrifyingly deadly sometimes, but there's always a bigger fish. And for every act of poisonous death that exists, there are things out there that will hunt the hunter.
Of prey, but unlike their cousins in the same category, they are primarily terrestrial, which means they spend most of their time on the ground. This is because their preference for diet is sentient slithering sausages. However, with this thing being endemic to Africa, their preferred meal also just happens to include some of the deadliest predators on the fucking
Every time.
planet.
Every time.
Does this stop the secretary bird? No, mate. Despite having no natural venom resistance, these absolute especially Giga Chads, will eat cobra.
Mogging the snakes to the nth degree. Holy tits, Batman! Oh, talk about all charisma and all cock, no cum.
Boom slangs, and black mambas without breaking a sweat.
It's called a skill.
But how do they hunt
a
these
particular
things
set
without
of
getting
skills.
hit? Simple. They just kick the out of them. You see, those long-ass legs aren't just for show, as a secretary bird is capable of...
Wow, just like me and my sister when we were kids. Oh, sis! Kick ya! Kick ya! Give me the Game Boy! Stop kicking me! Then give me the Game Boy!
accurately curb-stomping a snake's head into the ground with a force equal to 5 times their fucking body weight.
Jesus
So
Christ.
when a secretary bird fancies a bite
That's
to eat, they start out
absurd.
by stomping the
Really
ground
cool,
around
though.
dense vegetation. This causes snakes in the area to poke their heads out of their houses to see what the is going on. The snake then looks up in horror as the secretary bird locks onto him.
Little bit of a mention, by the way. I fully love the fact that Parz has made these videos all the while he's been in a 24-hour donathon. I think it's been going for a really long time at this point. And the fact he's able to put this kind of content out, even with that, is absurd.
Sprints over at Mach 9 and then... A lot of people are scared of
Jesus
snakes.
Christ.
But
Australia's such a great place. We should all go there. Yeah.
this bird is a vampire.
Oh, God. What's with the...
Introducing the vampire.
I feel as though Parz has gone through so many of the typical wildlife that you'd be scared of, that the only thing that we could possibly do any kind of documentation on now are the things that look kind of adorable and look like they'd be cute as a plushie, but then realize that they're even more terrifying than the things that actually look terrifying.
Groundfinch, native to the Galapagos Islands, and a great example of the horrifying affronts to the universe that evolution can produce when it decides to do a little trolling. Now you see, at first glance, this is the most boring vampire you can possibly imagine. Coming in at a measly 12 centimeters and a
Oh,
mere
little baby.
20 grams in weight.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
Rocking a feather pattern I can best describe as a Minecraft dirt block, and as it turns out, the bastards that wrote Twilight lied to me because it doesn't even fucking sparkle. So if it's missing fangs,
But it
eggs,
does
a cape,
do the
and the funny
strut.
accent,
You must bounce on it.
how does it qualify as a vampire? Simple. Drinks a shitload of blood. You see, most birds eat
It,
seeds and
pecks
insects,
at them and
while
then,
the
like,
vampire finch can
sucks
eat
them like a
those
straw.
too, there is a problem. They live on an island, and that island is very small. In fact, they're only found on 2 of the Galapagos Islands, and small islands means a far smaller amount of that food to go around. To the point where these finches can't rely on it as their sole source, which for a bird usually isn't a problem, because, you know...
God, could you
they
imagine
don't-
just be walking around and you're like, ooh, the back of my neck's aching. And then you look back and there's just a bird perched on your shoulder. And you're like, oh, cute little baby. And then after a few minutes, the bird's on your shoulder, you suddenly feel woozy. And it's like, why do I feel woozy? And then you realize that the thing's just sucked you dry like a friggin' face hugger.
Don't need a plane ticket to just
Like a leech.
fuck off and fly somewhere. However, as the name suggests, the vampire ground finch can't fly for shit. So, how do they get their food? They suck it out of someone that can. This, don't laugh, is the Nazca booby. Hey, stop giggling back
It's
there.
funny
Another
because
species of
booby-
bird native to the islands. They are very strong flyers that feed on fish.
You guys, rate my boobies. They're pretty good, ain't they? They're well fed. They're proper good boobies, they is. I'd love to see the rating of me boobs down in the comments, please. Don't laugh, though. Their name may be silly, but they're very fluffy and they love seeing your face every time.
They also nest on the islands, which is where our feathery Nosferatu comes to play. You see, when the boobies... Stop giggling. Come to roost, the vampire finch will sneak over and hop onto their back. Then, using their razor-sharp beak, they will poke a very small, borderline painless hole into one of the bird's flight feathers. Once the blood is flowing freely, the vampire finch gorge themselves on it. See, as it turns out,
Oh, booby me. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit woozy today. It's like I've had my blood sucked from my body. I wonder what's been doing that. They don't ask nothing. Oh, also, Jeremy the little finch over there is popping a rod on your shoulder, mate. Oh, proper nothing is conspicuous about that at all.
blood is macro-friendly. And considering these things are living creatures, they just make more blood. In essence, giving the vampire finch an infinite food source. In fact,
Infinite
they can
money
get
glitch.
so much blood from
Oh my
these
god, that's
birds,
horrifying!
it is not
Oh, ew!
uncommon
I'm not squeamish,
to
but
see
that's it.
multiple finches sucking from the same booby.
Well, I mean, someone's got to suck a booby. It might as well be them.
I'm sorry. I can't say that.
It's funny, guys. You're weird if you didn't laugh.
This spider hunts with jump scares. But how? Introducing the trap.
Ew! No, I hate these things. God, do you guys remember 8-Legged Freaks? Yeah, I was fine watching 8-Legged Freaks right up until these bitches turned up. These things actually terrify me. Not because of the fact they're a spider, but because they're just peeking out of the little trapdoors like, oh, I'm gonna get ya, I'm gonna get ya.
Hundreds of species found in every continent on the globe. Meaning, yes, for once, this bad boy could be in your backyard and you'd never know. Now, trapdoor spiders are particularly interesting compared to other spiders due to their hunting method. You see, normal spiders tend to spend several hours spinning up some elaborate art piece for a fly to clothesline itself on. And tarantulas just jump shit. But trapdoor spiders, yeah, they hunt with a door.
Surprise,
Very early on in
motherfucker.
life, trapdoor spiders dig themselves a hole. This silk-lined burrow...
Like, aren't we all so glad that, also, I'm pretty sure these are the creatures that the giant, like, legged monsters from Gears of War were based off of. You know, the big not the Brumax, the big spidery ones. Oh, God, what were they called? The ones that do all the digging, the ones that, like, burst out. I completely forget their name, but I'm pretty sure that's what these were based... That's what these were. Corpser! Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Corpser was based off of these things.
Will then serve as its home for basically its entire 20-year lifespan.
Oh god, that
Hell,
video.
They basically never leave the thing, like some neckbeard living in his mum's basement.
Aren't we all so glad that Mother Nature kept things all within a comparative sizing? Like, we should all thank the maker that spiders have maintained a certain relative size by comparison to humans. Because let's not even kid ourselves. How fucked would we be if those things grew more proportionally to humans? We'd literally be living in Helldivers.
But they've still got to eat, and since DoorDash does not deliver to spiders, this burrow doubles as their method for catching food. You see, they use their silk to craft a trapdoor over the burrow entrance. Then, using their fantastic arts and craft skills, they just bolt a bunch of random shit to their front door so it blends in perfectly with the floor.
Very decor.
After finishing their construction project, they will spin up a bunch of basically invisible strands of web on the floor in the surrounding area that act as tripwires, feeding information back to their neckbeard nest whenever someone steps on it. And when some unfortunate insect steps a little too close...
Money! Money! Money!
This spider...
I mean, at least it'd be over quickly, right? At least it's like, oh, la-di-da-di-da, minding my own business, and boom! Why am I in heaven? Ah, son of a spider!
This is the world's biggest spider.
Ooh, I like these ones.
But why
Tarantulas
the
are
f-
adorable.
Is it that big? Introducing Theraphosa blondie, a tarantula surprisingly not native to Australia. For once. It's found on the other
Shocker.
Tyranid hive continent, South America. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Yeah, this thing
Shelob would like to live rent-free in your
huge.
home.
Coming in at a...
Nah, you're not fooling me. Friend-shaped. It's friend-shaped. If meant to be feared, why friend-shaped? And fluffy. Fluffy like teddy bear.
frightening 175 grams in
I mean, look
weight
at him, he's just
and
chilling.
12 inches in leg span.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
And those legs are not the only place it's packing inches, because Sheila's cousin here is packing fangs.
I'm glad I'm not the only
that
one who made
measure
that reference.
Huge inch in length. For scale, that
Purely for opening tin cans, you realize. I mean, the 1 inch long fangs, that's just for giving you the good nibble. Yeah. It's not for like deadly things. No, it's just because it's just had its manicure. Yeah.
That is like a 6-foot human packing canines the length of a fucking ruler. But the important question, why the f is it so big? And the answer...
Because it doesn't like have to compensate. So it's like, yeah, no, I just am that big. It's one of the few things where it's like, it's as big in the photo as it is in real life. It's like, no, the photo doesn't do it any injustice. No, I don't lose a few inches when it's cold. No, I am just 12 inches.
Is that I have withheld information from you.
They knew the
I
biddies.
introduced this girl by a Latin name. She's much better known as the Goliath Bird Eater Tarantula.
Oh.
That's right. This EDF-sized spider, not unlike me, would fucking kill for some KFC. Literally.
Oh, I want some KFC now.
These bile titans will quite happily hunt birds, Remy, frogs, and even...
Lizard.
And they do all of this
Lizard.
without a fucking web. Yeah, Goliaths
Yeah,
are
these
a
guys ain't
pure
compensating for
melee
nothing.
build, hunting by prowling the jungle floor, sensing for movement with incredibly sensitive hairs on their legs. These hairs pick up vibrations in the air, which tell them when something is close. And once their spidey sense tells them that Remy's in range, they fucking jump him, biting him with those daggers they...
I don't know, that tells me more about the stupidity of the animals willing to walk that close to a thing called the gargantuan bird-eating spider, the Goliath bird-eating spider. You know something called that? And you're like, oh, mate, it's a wild Goliath bird-eating spider. It's a vicious creature with 1 inch long fangs. I'm gonna tickle its testicles.
they call fangs, and injecting him with fucking neurotoxin.
Of course.
Can I go 1 week without covering neurotoxin? Of course this thing has it too. You know, I give up. I give up. They then drag their prey back to their burrow and spit up acidic digestive juices in order to suck their prey up through a fucking straw.
Probably the most cleanly and well-mannered flatmate you'll ever live with. They never leave a mess. Because they eat the wrapper as well. All right, I think there's like... Yep, okay, so this is the last one, I believe.
Australia just found a new record-breaking
Stick insect? Stick
But
insect.
Before I show him to you...
It's a stick insect. I know a stick insect whenever I see one. I used to own stick insects. They're so cool.
How the f*** do we keep finding new bugs? You see, Australia is home to an estimated 200,000 species of insect, which is pretty damn impressive, especially when you consider the only place you're going to find more bugs than that is by counting the fucking roach population in Asmongold's walls. Now, the scary part of this is that out of that 200k, we've only actually identified 62,000, meaning that we have...
Damn, that's almost as many roaches as I see when I get phone called by those scam callers. Gah.
No idea what
Roaches,
nearly
a lot of them.
3/4 of the bugs in the country actually fucking do.
You like jazz?
And so it should come as no surprise that while exploring Australia's dense rainforests, 2 scientists...
At the very least, at least Australians know that they're not living in your world. You're living in theirs. They just choose to let you exist in their space.
discovered a new record holder for the largest insect in the land down under, and it's a fucking stick bug.
Yeah! Stick bug.
Introducing
Oh my
Acrophila-
god, it's so pretty! And Helldivers are probably going to use... Wait a minute. This was probably what Helldivers used for the friggin' Dragon Bile Titans. It probably is. Dude, I used to own some stick insects. They are the chillest things that you can own. Like, if you're a kid and you're like, Mom, can I get a pet? And it's like, let's get them a goldfish. No. Goldfishes require a lot of maintenance. Stick insects, sorry. Literally only require you to clean them out maybe once or twice every other week. and to give them some fresh herbivorage to nuzzle themselves upon. They are so low maintenance and so chill, and they're really cool to look at, because every day you get to wake up and play the counting game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no, one's escaped containment. Where is it? It's hiding in the bushes. Oh God, it's escaped.
Alter. And coming in at a full...
Also, I found out the hard way. I didn't think these things could bite. They can bite.
40 centimeters and 44 grams in weight. I don't think that qualifies as a
it's so
stick insect
cool.
anymore. That's fucking Groot. Australia's very own Erd tree avatar was discovered in Queensland. Because of course it fucking was. And despite being enough inches in length to make any man jealous, it's actually completely harmless. However, given how many oversized bugs we already have, if we find any more, I think they're gonna send the fucking Helldivers.
Yeah, that's a pretty appropriate response.
Australia-
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been a catch-up with more Parz. As ever, when we get these kind of awesome, consistent uploads from these kind of content creators, I like to go back to them every now and again to get a little bit of that good humor and dopamine that I so desperately need. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. If you have, like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna focus. Of course I get interrupted when I'm doing my fucking outro. Try that again. And make sure you go and subscribe to more Parz, one of the few people that we've done reactionaries to who's legitimately just one of the nicest people ever. Having had the chance to speak to him and hang out in his streams a few times, legitimately one of the nicest people. We are still going to make him a Vichu model. It's going to happen. He's going to become a kangaroo. And there's nothing you can do to stop it happening, more Parz. Anyway, bye.